Hello guys, I'm so excited. I've got some notes. We're about to do all the things. So I'm super pumped. Wait just a second, so I'm not talking to myself. Make sure I can see the comments. Because I don't like, if you're here, say hi, because I don't like to talk to myself. And I always feel like I never know if I can see the comments or not. So, we're about to get started, y'all. I'm excited. So, we are going to talk about sponsoring. Hey, Sylvia, thank you for commenting, so I knew that I could see the comments. So, we're going to talk about sponsoring today. Hey, Tiffany, I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things about this business. It was not always my favorite thing, okay? So just know that, like, if it makes you nervous now, if you're freaked out now, if you're like, I can't sponsor, yes, you can. Just take a deep breath. Yes, you can, all right? We will get there. So my name is Anya Faust, and I am the star director for the Wildflower Warrior team. I have been around Scentsy for about 1.5 years, and I love it. I love all things about this business. I love the people. I love it all. So I want you guys to first know, okay, that there's no trick to sponsoring. There is no magic thing that's going to make you sponsor all the people. There's no trick. You have to believe and know that you already have it all in yourself. Like, you have everything it takes to be a good sponsor. If you're a parent, it's kind of like being a parent. You will never be ready. You will never fully be ready. And then when you think you're ready, you'll get a new teamie and you're like, whoa, I've never dealt with this type of personality. Like, you'll never fully be ready. So you might as well just jump right in and go for it, okay? I used to have like 2 glasses of wine. I'd sit on the couch, I'd drink my glass of wine, and then I'd drink another one, and then I would go and try to have sponsoring conversations, okay? It's not something that just came naturally for me. It's something that I just watched trainings on and just kept doing. I just kept doing it. Go for the no, okay? Just like with parties, go for the no. It's not going to kill you. It's just a word. Go for the no, all right? Okay, so here's the thing. I did not join Scentsy to become a leader. I did not join Scentsy to become a star director. It was never in my sights, you guys. I never even thought it was possible because I've done like 4 different direct sales and I have built at them all. So I never ever thought, oh, that could be me. I was just like, okay, I want a discount. That was it, okay? So just keep that in mind that anything is possible as long as you believe in yourself and you put in the work. That's like the biggest thing, okay? Sponsoring is imperative to your business if you want big things, okay? Sponsoring is imperative. This is huge. It's vital to your business. We have the 3 legs of success. That is one of them, sponsoring, okay? You miss a leg, your stool topples over. That's how that works. So I want you guys to get ready because I'm about to give you all the things. So get your pen and paper ready because we about to dive in. It's going to be good, all right? First thing, above all else, it can't be about you. It's not about you. I hate to break it to you. I love you. It's not about you. You cannot make it about you. It will get you absolutely nowhere with sponsoring, okay? It's not going to help you, period. Number 2, you need to remember that your team will do what you do. So are you sponsoring right now or not? Are you getting out of your comfort zone or not? Because they're going to do what you do. And if you don't do it, they're not going to do it either. You can't expect somebody to do something you're not doing, and you can't tell them to do something or teach them or guide them if you're not going to do it, okay? So that's where that comfort zone, you've got to just step out. That one step is going to make your business soar. I promise. That one step out of your comfort zone, then you can take the next step, okay? So focus on that, all right? So you set the culture of your team, and please remember that once you open that leadership door, you don't really get to close it. I mean, you can. You can take a non-leadership role at Scentsy, but you open that leadership door. You owe it to the people you have sponsored to love on them, to coach them up, to lead them, and to set an example. They're watching your every move. So that sounds big and scary and serious, I know, but like, it is serious, but it's important too, okay? So remember that once you open that door to leadership, You become like the mama bear and the papa bear. It's your job to love on your people and love them hard, okay? So we're going to kind of go with like who, what, when, where, and why with sponsoring, all right? Our first thing is what? Sponsoring, of course, right? Sponsoring. So sponsoring is not spamming people. You are not going to spam people with join my team. I already posted that earlier. Stop saying join my team. Think of ways that you can say it in a different way, right? Like, let's link arms. Let's do this business together. Let's, shoot for our dreams together. Let's get you to your goals. Think of things like that. It cannot be about you, okay? So it's not spam messaging or cold messaging or being a huge creeper. You will be a slight creeper, and I will explain that in a minute. Hang in there with me. I know it sounds weird, but you will not be like a complete and total creeper, okay? That's huge. You are offering an opportunity. You are not being annoying. When you say, I don't want to ask people because I don't want to annoy them, you're not annoying them. You are offering them a huge opportunity, a huge blessing. That's what you're offering them with Scentsy. It is an opportunity to potentially change their life, you guys. This is an opportunity to put food on the table. This is an opportunity to do all the things, okay? Because really, it's up to them, but you have to give them that opportunity. I'll be super transparent. If you want to be a leader, but you don't want to give people the opportunity, that's selfish. They deserve to feel what you feel with Scentsy. Why not? They deserve to feel the blessing. They deserve to sit here and be like, looking back saying, whoa, I literally thought it was just wax and warmers, but it's not, right? Share the opportunity, share the blessing of Scentsy, okay? So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Treat it as a blessing that it is. Then why? Why do we do this? Why do we sponsor? One, first and foremost, you guys, to bless others, like I've said. That is going to be like the baseline of everything, to bless others, okay? You cannot help somebody out if you are only thinking about yourself. Because then it's no longer about them. You've taken it away from them, right? So you can't help somebody if you're just thinking about you. I've got to hit my numbers. I want to do this. I need to do this. I want a big business. Like, that's all well and good. That will come. It will come. But you've got to love on your people and make it about them, okay? The next thing, right? This is good, because once you do that, once you're making it about them and you're loving on them, the blessings come to you, all right? So that's the biggest thing. Being paid at title. That is one of the biggest whys to why we sponsor. When you hit lead and above, thanks, Gary. When you hit lead and above, you have to hit certain numbers. You have to have a certain number of active frontline. You have to have a certain number of PRV, right? Then you have to have a certain number of TWV and GWV, okay? So once you do that, you have to be able to hit those team minimums to get paid at title and get those team bonuses. But you can't do that if you're not sponsoring, right? So that's why you want to build a big, wide, deep frontline. That is huge to you, okay? And then teaching your team to do the same. You want them to build a big, wide, deep frontline because it builds a deep business, okay? So that's going to be you. Your number of active frontline is going to significantly change your check. So if you are money motivated, it's got to be about others first, but then in the back of your mind, I'm going to genuinely care about these people and do what I need to do to help them, give them the tools to succeed, right? But in turn, because you've done the good thing, you are going to get blessed in return with a big, fat paycheck. We're just going to be honest. Like, that's a good paycheck when you have a big, wide front line, okay? So think about that too, all right? So to grow your big business, you want your goal of 2 teamies a month. If you miss, you miss. But make it a goal. I would like to have 2 teamies a month, right? Put it out there. I'm going to have 2 teamies a month. And if you miss, that's okay. But that's what you're shooting for, all right? So keep thinking about that because that's huge. And who doesn't want a big paycheck, right? Like of course you do. Why wouldn't you? All right, next. Who are you sponsoring? You're sponsoring everybody. Everybody. If I could just shout it, everybody. You are sponsoring everybody. You are not going to limit someone's potential. What do I mean when I say that? You do not get to sit here and say, that person only wants a discount, so I'm not going to offer them the opportunity. I only wanted a discount. Both of my directors only wanted a discount. Like, you don't get to limit someone's potential or what you think they're going to do in this business. You don't get to do that. That's you, everybody, okay? No prejudging. Yes, thank you. Everybody, okay? So here's the thing. You don't know what this business will do for somebody. You don't know how it will change them, and you don't know how it will bless their life, okay? Whys can change, and they do change. Mine has changed like 5 times. Whys can change, all right? So just remember that, like, this business can totally change people. I am a completely different person than I was a year and a half ago when I started Scentsy. Completely different. And it's because someone took a chance on me, and I was like, I just want a discount. I don't want to sell anything. I literally pumped the brakes on even doing a launch party. I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't want to sell anything. And then here I am. I love sponsoring. I love having a team. I love being a star director. Like, come on. All right? So, we're going to get to the how. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Hang in there with me. All right. So, here's the thing, right? Someone's potential is between them and God. It's not between you. You don't get to put your own ideas. Like, you are human. I love you. You're human. Okay? You don't get to put your ideas on someone else's potential. Just throw that out there. Very serious. Okay? So, if you're limiting the type of people you are trying to sponsor, if you are looking at people and you're thinking, they are just like me, they're going to be great. That's wonderful. And that's great. But if you limit the type of people that you're trying to sponsor and the people that you're looking at, you cannot have a dynamic team. Not everybody wants to buy from Anya. Some people want to buy from someone else on my team. We might have the same friends in common, but they're picking me for a reason, or they're picking that person for a reason, right? They can't recruit, or they might not recruit the same type of people that I'm going to recruit. People are drawn to you for a different reason. So if you sit here and you're like, I only want people like me, you will not have a dynamic team, which means you can't continue to grow and grow and grow. And even in your sales, it's not going to grow and grow and grow because you're not looking at all the types of people. All right. So think about that. Also, because that's it. I feel like that's really important. In the end, you're limiting yourself. When you're putting a limit on other people, you're limiting yourself because, like, they're under your business. That's huge. Huge. All right. So scroll Facebook intentionally. Okay. This is also part of our how. So pay attention and write that down. Scroll intentionally. See, I told you we were going to come back to being kind of creepy. Remember, I said don't be really creepy. You want to be kind of creepy. So we're kind of creepy. This is what I'm talking about when I say kind of creepy, all right? So for me, I want to bless people. I want to bless people with what I have. I want to bless people with this business. I want them to think about how their life could potentially be changed by Scentsy, all right? So we're going to be potentially creepy here. You are going to have a dream list. People say write a list of 100. That freaks me out. I do a list of 25, okay? So I go by those 25 people. Those are the people I'm looking at their Facebooks, those 25 people. I'm stalking them out. It's what I'm going to do. Every once in a while, I'm going to go back and I'm going to comment on their stuff because the Facebook algorithm, right? I'm going to like their stuff. I'm going to comment their stuff. I'm going to talk to them a little bit, kind of create that relationship, all right? Every single host you're looking for, every single host, okay? They should be offered their kit as soon as their party qualifies. If they don't want it, offer it to the party group. If they don't want it, offer it to your VIP group. If they don't want it, offer it to one of those dream team list people, okay? Think about that too. Every stinking party you are closing that is qualified, you should be offering that kit with. Try your hardest not to let that kit go to waste. So I told you we'd touch on that just a little bit, all right? What about the mama who needs something just for herself? Are you paying attention when you're scrolling through Facebook? That mom who's just exhausted and needs something for herself? Because that was me and I didn't even know it. I had no idea. Being a mom is great and I love it. But when you get so wrapped up in other people, you lose yourself, right? So that mama who needs something for herself, your mama, okay? My mom joined. You need to be asking your mama, offer your mama the kit. Like everybody, the person who's complaining about their 9 to 5 on social media. Are you scrolling intentionally and paying attention to these people? Like they're asking for something different. They might just not know what it's going to be yet. All right. You need to look for the person who seems like a hustler on Facebook, that extreme couponer. Y'all, they like to save money, which means they like to make money. They know how to do hard work. It takes a lot of work to coupon. I tried once. It didn't work well. I didn't continue. But it takes a lot of work to coupon. Like that's the person you need to be looking for. Okay? The person who just lost their job, that's huge. You know what Scentsy's done for you. And if you don't feel like it's done something for you, look at your upline. Look at stories that are going to inspire you. I know my upline SSD retired from nursing. Like, okay, girl, if it can do that for her, it can do that for somebody else too. right? Because in the end, we're all just people. The only difference between SSD and a certified is what? Is that they didn't give up. They kept going. They never, ever, ever stopped. And they did the hard work. That's it. So that could be anybody. That doesn't have to be a specific person, you guys. All right? The person who wants to stay at home with their babies. I know y'all see people on Facebook complaining they want to stay home with their babies and they just can't. Especially right now. That's the person you need to be scrolling intentionally, looking at, use your social media platforms to your advantage, all right? The single mom who wants more for her kids. That's huge. That's huge. I was a single mom. That was not easy for me, all right? It's not fun to go to the food pantry or the freaking Goodwill and have to get all of your stuff. That's not always fun. So look for the single mom who wants more and desires more for her child, because I promise you, she'll be one of the hardest workers in the room. Promise. All right. Then you have, right, the person who has failed at other direct sales. They are harder to get, but let me tell you, most of my leaders have done other direct sales because they already know what to do, but they need a leader to pour into them to teach them what to do to get there. Okay. So the person who's failed at other direct sales, your best customers, right? They should be able to get their money back. Think about all these things. All right. And people who were consultants before, it's free to come back. They don't have to buy that reinstatement kit. It's free. So those are all of the who. Who are we looking for? Everybody. We are not limiting anyone's potential. We're not limiting their reason for joining. We're not limiting any of that. Okay? We're just going to offer it all up. Now, the how. I have a few things. I have a lot of things. So, but this is good because that's what everyone wants to know. How do I sponsor? How do I sponsor? How do I sponsor? Okay? How do we sponsor? So the first thing is, a lot of people, I feel like, don't talk about this when it comes to sponsoring. Attraction marketing. That is going to be huge. What does your, there we go, someone that people are attracted to, right? They need to be attracted to you because they're going to pick you for a reason, all right? That's huge. Are you consistent in showing up on your social media? If you're not consistent showing up and they have to guess if you're a Scentsy consultant, they're probably not going to pick you to join underneath, because people want to join with people who are successful, all right? Are you sharing your Scentsy life? Do you get PRV cards from your upline? Are you getting those award cards from Scentsy that says, hey, you're a shooting star trainer, or this is your best month yet? Are you sharing those things? Because that's not being braggy, but people want to be under successful people, right? If you're showing that you did something great in your business, even if you're not getting a card from Scentsy, say that you had your best month ever. Oh, it's Scentsy payday. Today's the perfect day to do it, you guys. It's Scentsy payday. And be like, you know what? Make sure you follow compliance. But you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just got this coffee because of Scentsy. I feel so blessed to be a part of this company. Share your Scentsy life. Okay? If you just did something huge, or you took a trip, or hey, how about this? I just got to put $100 in my savings. How many people can say that? And it's all because of Scentsy. How many people can say those things? Share your Scentsy life. Like, I cannot scream it enough. Share your Scentsy life. Share it all. All things. Do people want your job? Right? Do you make Scentsy look fun? Are you making it look like you love what you're doing? Because guess what? If you are complaining about your company, if you're complaining about your upline on your Facebook, if you're doing all these things, people are like, ooh, I'm good. And I promise you, for every person that you have on your Facebook that you're like, oh yeah, I'm a Scentsy consultant, I'm on their Facebook, there's 5 others. Okay? So what makes you stand out? What makes them want to join you and join your team and be a part of what you're doing? How do they think you can benefit them to help get them where they want to be? That's why I say it's not about you. You have to look at it. How can I help them? Okay. Are you sitting here and talking about what a blessing Scentsy is? Or are you just posting all about politics? Ooh, it's your Facebook. It's your stuff. I'm not going to tell you what to do with it, but I will tell you that you are limiting yourself and you are closing the door on other opportunities sometimes. And I've done it before. When you sit here and you're talking about all this crazy stuff, you can definitely be open and honest, right? Without being negative. Really, you can. I promise. Find a way to say the things that you love or the things that you want to do. But if you're just complaining about your life, if you're just saying all of these things, that only would pertain to one group of people, that's going to limit it's going to limit your business. It's going to limit who wants to be a part of you, right? That's the thing. So you don't want to do that either, okay? Because you're literally cutting a market off from yourself, all right? Don't act perfect. I will say that. Perfection's overrated. The world needs more non-perfect people. Holla, that's me, okay? But don't be perfect. You can be open and honest and genuine without being negative. People don't like perfect people because that's unobtainable. It's unobtainable. So why would they think that they can do what you do if everything in your life looks perfect? They're not going to think that. It has to be relatable, okay? That's the thing. All right. Being intentional is the next thing. We already talked about this a little bit. So being genuine, not only on social media, but when you're talking with people. Again, making it not about you. You have to remember as you're intentionally scrolling through Facebook and you're paying attention to your top 25, or if you can do 100 and not have an anxiety attack, go for it. That's you. You do you. And looking for the people that I mentioned before, right? Your single moms, you're looking for your hustlers, you're looking for the people who are complaining about their 9 to 5. As you're doing all those things, you're intentionally creating relationships with these people. So if you go to their Facebook and you say, right, oh my gosh, I always use little Johnny. Little Johnny's sick. I'm so sorry, Susan, that little Johnny's sick. I hope he gets better. He's in my thoughts and my prayers. That means so much to people. It really, really does. And not even just commenting on their stuff, but personally messaging that. That means so much. Oh my gosh, like they really saw me. They're treating me as a person because no one wants to be a number. No one. No one. We don't do that. I'm telling you, we've had realtors that have treated us like numbers. My husband's like, nope, we're moving on. I've had direct sales people that will never say thank you. Nope, moving on. I don't have time for that. Don't treat me like a number. I am a person. And everybody else should be treated like a person too. That's why I asked you guys, like, go back and look at your conversations. If you're cringing with what you sent them, they're cringing too. Okay? Like, and we've all done it. I've been cringy, y'all. I've been real cringy. And I'm like, oh, that's not okay. We need to fix that. If you're being cringy, then that's okay. Now you know. And now you change it up. And you are genuine. You forget the cringiness and we just fix it up a little bit. That's all. It's a learning thing. It's all a learning curve. All right? So when you're creating those relationships with them, you're creating trust. People want to join people they trust, right? They want to purchase from people they trust. So all of that is huge, your relationships. Liking, commenting on their stuff. You guys know the algorithm. When you comment, they now see your stuff. And if you're showing up, like I said, they're now seeing your Scentsy life. It all goes together, all of it, all right? And then ask. Ask. You don't know until you ask. You don't know until you ask, right? Because you could sit here and you could be like, that person would be so great for my team. But if someone messages you about anything, right? And you guys get into a conversation about Scentsy and then you're like, hey, have you even ever thought about doing this? Throw it out there. Just see. I know one of my newer girls, we had talked and she was like, oh my gosh, I just loved your post. It was so great. And I was like, I've literally been thinking she'd be so good at this, but I was too scared to ask. And so I just threw it out there. Hey, have you ever thought about doing this? Have you ever thought about like what this could do for you? And she's like, I actually have thought about it before. You would be surprised at how many people have actually thought about joining Scentsy that you've been sleeping on. You haven't even thought about them, but they've been watching you and they're like, I wonder if I could do that. Sometimes all it takes is for you to ask. That's it, okay? You don't know until you ask. But again, don't be prejudging people, all right? Yes. Yes, Alex, exactly. Or ask out of the blue and say, hey, I know you would rock this, right? Like they would never would have guessed. It's awesome, all right? And here's the thing. So if you ask them and they're not sure, they're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to do it. Okay, well, how about we do this? Let's do a decider party. Okay, I'll do the party for you. At the end, you decide. What do you have to lose? Nothing. You get host rewards. So if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Okay, fine. So for you, you either get a new TV at the end or you just got a party. That's a win-win. Either way you look at it, that's a win-win, right? So if they're undecided, that's okay. Tell them, let's do a decider party right here and right now. Let's get it started and just see. And you can see what it's all about. And if you don't like it, don't do it. That's fine. But now you just got a whole bunch of customers, right? And you just got like another party and more PRV. And if they do decide yes, then awesome. You just got a new teamie. That's amazing, okay? So think about those things, you guys. And remember that a no for now is not a no forever. It took me a year to get my mother to join. A whole year of me bringing it up pretty much every time we were on the phone. like a whole entire year, okay? So a no for now is not a no forever. Write it down. Go back to that person later. When you do have that kit and you're like, hey, would you like to join? All right? So just think about those things, okay? Track these people. Who you're talking about it with, track it, all right? One person a day, that's doable. One person a day. Make small. It doesn't have to be huge. Small, okay? And always end it with a question. And then one of my favorite things to do is voice message them, okay? Voice message them. You can do it on Facebook Messenger. When people hear your excitement and they hear your voice and they hear that you're genuine and you're like, I know that this would be amazing for you. This would bless you so much. Oh my goodness, that's huge. That's huge. It's so much more personal, and it builds that trust in those relationships than just sending them a message, all right? Okay, because this is like my, another one of my like mini creepy things. We're just gonna put it all out there, okay? If you send a message to somebody, then when it pops up on their phone, if they have those notifications on, they can see the beginning part of the messages, right? But if I send a voice text, all you see is that I sent you a voice text. Well, now you're curious and you're like, wait a minute, what's this say? Right? They're going to open it and read it or listen to it. Like, that's huge. Just another one of my like little creeper points. But, you know, I'm just saying, because otherwise, you know, people who just look at your stuff and then they just scroll up. They don't want to see what you have to say. So there you go. All right. The next one for our how is appeal. This is probably the biggest thing when it comes to sponsoring. Remember, because it's not all about you. Those people don't care how it helps you. They do not care how it helps you. They don't care how it helps your team. They don't care how it helps your paycheck. They do not care how it helps you. It's not about you. I don't know how many times I can say it. It ain't about you. Like, we're just going to take that home. Good Lord, okay? And it's not cookie cutter. Your sponsoring cannot be cookie cutter. You cannot send the same message to every single person. That doesn't appeal to everybody. Not everybody is the same, okay? Pay attention to your conversations that you're having because not everybody wants Scentsy for the same reasons. Not everybody needs Scentsy for the same reasons. So remember when we're intentionally scrolling, right? If I sit here and I say, okay, oh my gosh, Whitney, you could totally have something for yourself. Aren't you so tired of like being a mom and only giving to your kids and your husband and doing all the things for them? And Whitney's like, I mean, my kids are in school for most of the day and I feel like I have a lot of time to myself and I'm working my other business or my side gig. I did not appeal to her. That doesn't help her. That does not help her at all. Why would she want to join Scentsy? She's already got her own thing going. That doesn't appeal to her, right? But if I say, all right, girl, let's talk about this opportunity because it's freaking bomb. And I know that my SSD she retired from nursing. I know that there's 2 other people that are on the team that would be on the team with us, right? Because it's not my team, it's our team that are sitting here and they now work only Scentsy. And they're just chilling, doing their own thing. And she says, wait a minute, I don't want to be in this 9 to 5. I like the idea of doing my own thing. I just appeal to her reasons. You need to pay attention and take those clues. Okay, take the clues of what they're giving you and appeal to the reasons to why Scentsy would be a blessing for them. Why would Scentsy work for them? Because if it doesn't work for them and you don't show them that, because people don't think about it, then you're not going to appeal to them. You just lost somebody. All right, that's going to be one of the biggest things. You need to appeal to their need and create the conversation about what Scentsy can do for them. That's huge. What can Scentsy do for them? So I cannot sit here and give you a million words to get someone to join because that's cookie cutter. You have to be able to appeal it to that person and create that relationship. It literally all just goes together, okay? So you have ever thought about doing what I do to help get you out of that 9 to 5 that you hate so much? I saw you were talking about on Facebook. I used to be in a 9 to 5 too. Like, that sucked. It was not fun. I don't want to do it. So I know exactly how you feel, but have you ever thought about this? Because, I mean, it's definitely possible. Big things are possible with this business. I just appeal to that person. Does that make sense? Like, it cannot be the same. If your sponsoring conversation is the same for every single person you've ever talked to, that's the problem. That's not okay. It's not going to help you. Okay? I mean that in the most loving way possible. It ain't going to help you. Okay? Or how about this? Because this is me all the time. I got 3 boys. All right? They're each 2 years apart. So one day, I'm going to have a bunch of grown men in here, like, all in high school at the same time, eating. So one of my biggest things is how the heck am I going to feed all these boys, okay? So if I see someone posting something like that, I would go to that person and I would say, hey girl, listen, I've been thinking about how I'm going to feed my kids too. like, I don't even know. But I do know that today's Scentsy payday. I do know, right, within compliance, that this is what I just made and how it has blessed my family, and I'm about to go to the grocery store right now. Have you ever thought about maybe joining Scentsy to help you supplement so that you can go to the grocery store and feed them grown men that are eating all your food? You have to be able to appeal it to the person and their needs. That is like the biggest thing you have to do. Because when you take yourself out of it and you're looking at it and you're like, wait a minute, this person needs help in this area. This person is sitting home, quarantined, can't go anywhere, can't go see their friends, and is missing community. But I know my team page, or our team page, right? I know my Scentsy family, we are a community. I know that we talk every day. I know that we are there for each other, that we do this, that we send each other cards, that we encourage each other, and this person really needs that. That makes all the difference in the world. But if you're just throwing, join my team, ever thought about doing what I'm doing? That's great, but there has to be more to it. There has to be underlying a little bit of depth to it, okay? And then, even like, hey, you want a discount on Scentsy? That doesn't appeal to everybody. You guys, over half of my frontline have never purchased a thing from me. I can't use that same line with everybody. I can't, because there are going to be people who have never ever purchased from you who end up joining your team. Over half of my frontline have never purchased a darn thing from me. They've never done a party, anything, but they're on my team. Our team, my team, you know what I mean. We're talking about this, so you know what I mean. But just keep that in your head, okay? The no word vomit. No word vomit. Even with the same thing with parties. Whitney said it yesterday. No word vomit. A few short sentences that will appeal to that person, okay? And then remember, hey, right now there's no minimums, right? There's no minimums right now. That's amazing. Like, okay, $200 in 1 month and a year? Y'all, that is so, I could do that by myself. That's so doable. That's so doable. And you know, people are always like, well, what's the catch? And so that's one of the biggest things I have to tell people. I know it sounds too good to be true. It's not. Just take a chance. It's not. Take a chance. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So let's just see what happens. Why not, right? Don't put the pressure on them. Don't put the pressure on them, because what they do with this business is up to them. It's up to them, all right? So when you're word vomiting all this stuff, it can mess them up, and they'll be like, whoa, too much. Nope, not doing it. Okay, so think about that too, because that is huge. So just a few short sentences, okay? No minimums. What else we have? We have our $10 website fee, but it's free for 3 months. But $10? Who can't do $10? Right? Who can't do $10? That's not bad. If you're really worried about $10, let's make sure that you get in the rhythm of doing one party a month. And there you go. Your $10 is covered when your commission comes back to you. All right? You've got to make it about them. Really, really, okay? Commission on the 10th. A lot of people don't know that. That's another way to appeal to them. Hey, you're going to get commission on the 10th of the next month when you join. Like, let's go. Let's do the darn thing. Or if you join on the 1st, you still have 10 days and you can get a stinking check. Right? Like, or no, it's backwards. You know what I mean. But still, that's amazing, because a lot of people are like, how long does it take before I get my first check? As soon as people start purchasing off your website, man, that commission starts racking up. There's no catch. That's amazing. All right? And then the biggest thing, it's fun. Scentsy's fun. Talking to people, getting to know them, helping your customers, right? Having a team to love on. All of that is fun. Fun, fun, fun. I think a lot of people are so terrified of failing. But like, you shouldn't be putting the pressure on. What they want to do and what they want out of this business is their choice. It's their choice. So honoring that and just letting them know, like, it's fun. From there, you can identify leaders later. But focus when you're sponsoring on, it's fun. Because when you take the fun out of it, well, then a lot of people are like, oh, no, that doesn't sound good. I don't want to do that. Right? Who wants more stress? Lord, how much stress do we already have in our lives? Nobody wants more stress. No, it's fun. I enjoy this. I love going to meetings with my team. I love talking with all of my people and loving on them and talking to them and laughing with them. I love when they post to our team page and they're like, hey, I've got this going on. I need prayer. I love that. And that's fun for me. It's good. It's important, especially right now, y'all. We can't even get out and go hang out with all kinds of people anyways. These are our people, right? So showing that, all right? And the other thing too, if you're comfortable, then you need to go ahead and show them a paycheck. I'm getting interrupted by a child. I'm sorry. I'm a homeschool mom. I did warn them, but they didn't listen. Please stop. I'll be out in a minute. Mom? Oh, here goes Luke. Okay, that's fine. Tell him to turn on. You're going to get in trouble because you said you were not coming in here. Go. Tell him to turn it off now. Thank you. Y'all. 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds. Anyways. Okay. If you're okay with it, show them a paycheck. People don't know the possibility unless you tell it to them. They don't know unless you show them, right? Show them a paycheck. If that's what you know is going to kick it in the rear and you're like, listen, I've been doing this for 6 months. This is my paycheck. I worked really hard this month. This is my paycheck. Okay? Show them a paycheck. If you're like, I think this would really motivate them. They don't know the possibility unless you show it to them. You know, okay, y'all feel me about the 4-year-olds. Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you, guys. I love it. All right, so, and then, here's the thing, all right? We have to remember the when. When are we sponsoring? All the time. All the time. That's when. All the time. This needs to be a consistent thing for you. It needs to be a lifestyle for you, okay? It's got to be something that you are continuously doing. Remember, I said to build your big wide front line, you want at least 2 teamies a month. That should be one of your focuses. After you get your PRV, then you can focus on those 2 teamies a month, all right? So when you're closing that party, okay, you're offering it. Again, another when we're closing the party, all right? You are literally going to do this all the time. When people are undecided, when they've already talked about it, bring it up again a few months later, okay? They understand when your catch-all fills up, because all of you should have a catch-all party every single month, okay? How much Scentsy do you really need? If you would like to be able to give that single mom that kit for $20, use your host rewards. How much Scentsy do you need, right? If you want to give it for free, that's your prerogative. Or prerogative? Prerogative. I think it's prerogative. Anyways, that's your choice. How about that? That is your choice. If you want to give that kit for free, that's your choice. And you know that person can't afford it, but they really want to do it. That is up to you. So you have that. So you don't always have to do that $59 kit. Personal opinion, if someone doesn't want to, they should not have to pay $99 to join. And we have that option, right? If you want to do their launch first, do their launch first. Whatever it is to get them to that kit at the price range they want it at, go for it. But it should be offered all the time. All the time. All right? Even when, like I said, when you go back to that list and you're looking, oh, I've talked to this person and this person twice. They've said no twice. I have one person who joined 2 months ago. And not my mom, someone else. And I've been trying to get her, one of my best customers, to come join for literally a year. I'm like, girl. So what did I do? I went and I pulled a sales report. And I looked and I said, just so you know, this is how much money you've spent on Scentsy in the past year. If you were not even certified, if you weren't even certified, this is how much money you would have gotten back by now if you just joined Scentsy. And she's like, oh, yeah, I probably should just join then, at least to get a discount on my own stuff and get paid back. Yes! It's got to appeal to them. It's got to, okay? That's the thing. And I think that's where I learned so much is especially that one person is I just kept realizing, I'm like, I could see that she'd be fantastic, right? I'm like, you would be so, so great. But for her, she's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell Scentsy. But she already loves the products, but she doesn't want to sell it. Okay, well, that's fine. Don't sell it then. I'm not going to put that limit on you. What you do with your business is that's your choice. And people have to know that, and they have to know that you're not going to pressure them. I'm not going to pressure you to do anything. I would love you to get certified. That is like my ultimate, it's beneficial for you. But to be honest, let's be real. Certified or essential, look at the comp plan. You're still getting the same amount from team bonuses when it comes to them, right? So really to you, you're like, I mean, okay, I would like it. For you, yes, it's for you. You get 25% instead of 20%. That's huge. That's so big. That's a big jump. That's good. So for even the people who want a discount, like that's the thing, like get certified and then I'll leave you alone. You don't have to show up to team meetings. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. It's your business, and that's the blessing of Scentsy. You don't have to worry about failing because it's on your terms. It's on your terms. And then if you do worry about failing because you want big things, then okay, get up and keep going. It's only going to bless you. That one step just to keep going is only going to keep blessing your business. So that's another thing you have to remember is just making sure people are comfortable. They know it's not about you. Not about you. That's one of the biggest things. And appealing to them, okay? So, again, wrapping up, after the join, like I said before, you are the mama bear or the papa bear, all right? That's when your mentoring begins. That's when all that begins. Let it sink into your head. Not recruiting. You're sponsoring. You're sponsoring someone, just like you sponsor, one of the kids on the TV. You sponsor them. What do? You take care of them, right? You send them money so they can be taken care of, so they can have their needs met, okay? That's sponsoring. You're sponsoring them. And then once they are sponsored and they click that join, you are now mentoring them. That is now what we shift our mindset. We're not sponsoring them, we're mentoring, okay? You're giving them all the tools they need to succeed. Whatever they do with it is on them. But you give them all the tools they need to succeed, and you love them hard, okay? Setting them up for success, and finding out their why. Helping them getting to their goals, shouting them out, loving on them hard, right? You build the people and the people will build the business. That's what my SSD says, and I absolutely love that. But it starts with not putting yourself first, putting them first. It's got to be that way. I think it's so easy for us to get wrapped up and even saying, I want to post this on Facebook. Okay, but you have a customer base. You have potential teenies. You're a businesswoman or a businessman. So you can't put yourself first. In any of this, it cannot be about you. That is like the biggest thing. You remember that, and I promise you, you will be blessed tenfold, okay? And then your business will be built up, right? You do get to love on people. That annual mentor is going to come. You are going to be an amazing sponsor or mentoree, whatever you want to call it, because you're mentoring people, but you already have everything inside of you that it takes to be a great sponsor. You will never be 100% ready because you can't be. You're always going to get a different type of person in, right? You're always going to have a different type of personality to deal with. You will never be 100% ready. So just jump in. Jump in, you guys. I'm telling you, for me, I probably have so many sponsoring conversations. Like, I don't even know for the most part. Like Whitney said about parties, like, I don't know when people are ignoring me. I have no idea. I'm just chatting it up. Let's just hang out and talk, okay? So just remember that you'll never be fully ready. It cannot be about you, but the blessings will come when you do what is right and you love on people and appeal to them. You will get every single goal, and you already have everything it takes to be an amazing sponsor and build a big business. All right? Y'all have an amazing, amazing weekend, and thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. I will maybe one day see y'all soon. Bye, guys.